Welcome to Thinkin' Bits. In this video, you'll complete a realistic ISTQB Certified Tester Foundation Level mock exam. This mock exam has 40 questions. The real exam allows 60 minutes, and you need 26 correct answers to pass. That's 65%. For every question, pause the video, choose your answer, and then we'll go through the explanation together. Let's begin. Question 1. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. A developer finds the cause of a crash in the code and fixes the defect. Which activity best describes this? A. Testing. B. Debugging. C. Quality assurance. Or QA. D. Test analysis. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Debugging. Debugging is the developer activity of analyzing and fixing the root cause of defects. Once the cause is found, the code is changed so the crash no longer occurs. Option A is wrong because testing finds and reports issues. It does not fix the code. Option C is wrong because quality assurance is a broader management framework covering processes and standards, not the act of fixing a single crash. Option D is wrong because test analysis is about identifying what to test from the test basis, not repairing defects. Exam tip. ISTQB draws a clear line between testing and debugging. Testers provide information. Developers debug and fix. Great job. Let's continue with question 2. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. Which of the following testing principles is correctly stated? A. Exhaustive testing is always possible with sufficient resources. B. Testing can prove absence of defects if all tests pass. C. Thorough testing can reveal defects but cannot prove their absence. D. Testing fully replaces static reviews. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is C. This matches Principle 1. Testing shows the presence of defects, not their absence. Even a fully green test suite cannot guarantee that every defect has been found. Option A is wrong because exhaustive testing is practically impossible. That's Principle 2. Option B is wrong for the same reason as Principle 1. Passing tests never prove that no defects remain. Option D is wrong because static and dynamic activities complement each other. Neither fully replaces the other. Exam tip. If an option claims testing can prove software is defect-free, it is almost always incorrect. Now, let's move on. Question 3. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. A team conducts requirement reviews before the first line of code is written. Which principle does this most clearly support? A. Pesticide paradox. B. Early testing saves time and money. C. Testing is context-dependent. D. Dependence on the test team. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Early testing saves time and money. Early testing, Principle 3, includes static activities such as requirement reviews. Finding defects in requirements is far cheaper than finding them after implementation or in production. Option A is wrong because the pesticide paradox is about repeating the same tests and finding fewer new defects. Option C is wrong because context dependence explains why different products need different approaches, not why you review requirements early. Option D is not an ISTQB testing principle. Exam tip. Reviews before coding are a classic example of early testing in the syllabus. Ready for the next one? Question 4. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. After several test cycles, the team finds hardly any new defects with the same test cases. Which principle explains this phenomenon? A. defect clustering. B. Pesticide paradox. C. Testing is context-dependent. D. Thorough testing proves absence of defects. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. The pesticide paradox. Principle 5 states that repeating the same tests with the same methods finds fewer new defects over time. The test suite must be reviewed and adapted. Option A is wrong because defect clustering means defects tend to group in certain modules, not that identical tests stop finding new ones. Option C is wrong because context dependence is about choosing the right approach for the product, not about test suite aging. Option D is wrong because testing never proves the absence of defects. Exam tip: when the question mentions the same test cases finding fewer defects, look for the pesticide paradox. Great job! Let's continue with Question 5. Question 5. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. Which statement about the relationship between testing and quality assurance, or QA, is correct? A. Testing and QA are synonymous and mean the same thing. B. QA includes testing as one component of broader quality management. C. QA is only responsible for executing tests. D. Testing is part of QA, so every QA measure is automatically a test. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Quality assurance is an overarching framework, processes, standards, audits, and improvement. Testing is a central QA activity, but it is not the only one. Option A is wrong because testing and QA are related but not synonymous. Option C is wrong because QA is not limited to executing tests. Option D is wrong because not every QA measure is a test. For example, process audits and training are QA activities without being tests. Exam tip: remember the hierarchy. QA is broader. Testing sits inside it. Now, let's move on. Question 6. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. Which is a typical objective of testing? A. Writing source code without defects. B. Providing information about quality and risk. C. Replacing development productivity. D. Executing all possible input combinations. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. A core objective of testing is to evaluate quality and risk and communicate that information to stakeholders so better decisions can be made. Option A is wrong because writing defect-free code is a development goal, not a testing objective. Option C is wrong because testing supports delivery. It does not replace development productivity. Option D is wrong because exhaustive execution of all inputs is impossible and is not a realistic objective. Exam tip: if an option sounds like prove perfection or test everything, it usually fails the ISTQB definition of testing objectives. Ready for the next one? Question 7. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. In a safety-critical medical product, different testing approaches are chosen than in an internal admin app. Which principle justifies this? A. Testing is context-dependent. B. Exhaustive testing is possible. C. Defect clustering does not occur. D. Testing can prove absence of defects. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is A. Testing is context-dependent. Principle 7 says that techniques, effort, and rigor depend on context, risk, domain, regulation, and technology. A medical product demands a different approach than a low-risk admin tool. Option B is wrong because exhaustive testing is not possible. Option C is wrong because defect clustering can occur in any context. The statement is false. Option D is wrong because testing cannot prove the absence of defects. Exam tip: different risk, different approach. That is context-dependent testing. Great job. Let's continue with question 8. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. In a Scrum team, user stories are implemented iteratively and tested after each sprint. Which SDLC model best describes this? A. Strictly sequential, waterfall. B. Iterative and incremental. C. Maintenance-oriented only. D. Exclusively static. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Iterative and incremental. Agile approaches such as Scrum deliver value in repeated cycles. The product grows incrementally with continuous feedback each sprint. Option A is wrong because waterfall is strictly sequential, not sprint-based iteration. Option C is wrong because the scenario describes new development in sprints, not maintenance alone. Option D is wrong because the work includes dynamic testing after each sprint, not only static activities. Exam tip: Scrum equals iterative and incremental, a frequent exam association. Now let's move on. Question 9. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. Which test level primarily verifies interfaces between modules created by different developers? A. Component test. B. Integration test. C. System test. D. Acceptance test. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Integration test. Integration testing focuses on interfaces and interactions between components or subsystems, exactly where modules from different developers meet. Option A is wrong because component tests verify individual units in isolation. Option C is wrong because system testing evaluates the complete system against requirements, not primarily module interfaces. Option D is wrong because acceptance testing checks whether the system meets user or business needs. Exam tip: interfaces between modules equals integration testing. Ready for the next one? Question 10. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. A performance test measures response times under load. What type of testing is this? A. Functional test. B. Non-functional test. C. Maintenance test. D. Static test. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Non-functional test. Performance, security, usability, and reliability are non-functional quality characteristics. They answer how well the system behaves, not only what it does. Option A is wrong because functional tests verify behavior against functional requirements. What does the system do? Option C is wrong because maintenance testing relates to changes after release, not the type of quality attribute being measured. Option D is wrong because measuring response times under load requires execution, that is, dynamic testing, not static. Exam tip: performance, load, and stress tests are classic non-functional examples. Great job! Let's continue with question 11. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. After a defect fix, it is checked whether the original defect has been resolved. What type of testing is this? A. Regression test. B. Confirmation test. C. Acceptance test. D. Smoke test as the only test type. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Confirmation test. Confirmation testing, sometimes called retesting, verifies that a reported defect has actually been fixed. Option A is wrong because regression testing checks whether the fix introduced unintended side effects elsewhere. Option C is wrong because acceptance testing evaluates fitness for business use, not a single defect fix. Option D is wrong because a smoke test is a shallow health check, and the option incorrectly claims it is the only test type. Exam tip: confirmation checks the fix. Regression checks for side effects. Do not mix them up. Now let's move on. Question 12. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. What best describes shift left in the testing context? A. Tests are executed only after release. B. Test activities are planned and performed earlier in the life cycle. C. Only manual tests are scheduled on the left side of the Gantt chart. D. Developers are no longer allowed to write tests. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Shift left means involving testing earlier, reviews, unit tests, risk analysis, so defects are found when they are cheaper to fix. Option A is wrong because that is the opposite of shift left. Option C is wrong because shift left is not about the layout of a Gantt chart. Option D is wrong because developers writing tests, especially unit tests, is often part of shift left, not forbidden by it. Exam tip: shift left equals earlier testing, not later testing. Ready for the next one? Question 13. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. Which activity is an example of static testing? A. Running automated UI tests in the CI pipeline. B. Conducting a requirements review before implementation. C. Load testing with 10,000 simulated users. D. Exploratory testing on the staging environment. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Static testing examines work products without executing the software. A requirements review is a textbook static activity. Option A is wrong because automated UI tests execute the system, that is, dynamic testing. Option C is wrong because load testing also requires execution. Option D is wrong because exploratory testing on staging executes the product and is therefore dynamic. Exam tip: no execution means static. Execution means dynamic. Great job. Let's continue with question 14. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. In a formal review per IEEE 1028, who leads the meeting, coordinates preparation and follow-up, and decides on review completion? A. Author. B. Moderator, also called moderator or lead. C. Scribe. D. Tester as sole decision maker. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. The moderator or lead. The moderator organizes and steers the review process, preparation, the meeting itself, and follow-up, and decides when the review is complete. Option A is wrong because the author is responsible for fixing identified issues, not for leading the review process. Option C is wrong because the scribe records findings. They do not lead the review. Option D is wrong because a tester may be a reviewer, but they are not the sole decision-maker for review completion. Exam tip: moderator equals process leadership in formal reviews. Now let's move on. Question 15. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. A team uses a tool that reports unused variables and potential null dereferences in source code without execution. What type of tool is this? A. Test execution tool. B. Static analysis tool. C. Performance test tool. D. Test data generator. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Static analysis tool. Static analysis tools examine code or models without running the program. Unused variables and potential null dereferences are typical findings. Option A is wrong because test execution tools run tests and evaluate results. Option C is wrong because performance tools measure runtime behavior under load. Option D is wrong because a test data generator creates data. It does not analyze code for defects. Exam tip: without execution almost always points to static analysis. Ready for the next one? Question 16. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. Which benefit of static testing is typically most applicable? A. It always requires a production-like test environment. B. Defects can be found early, often at lower cost. C. It fully replaces dynamic testing. D. It can only be done after coding is complete. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Static testing finds defects early in requirements, design, and code, usually at lower cost than finding them late through dynamic testing. Option A is wrong because static testing does not require a production-like environment. Option C is wrong because static testing complements dynamic testing. It does not replace it. Option D is wrong because reviews can start on requirements and design before coding is complete. Exam tip: early and cheaper defect detection is the main static testing benefit in the exam. Great job! Let's continue with question 17. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. In an informal review, a colleague reads a document and leaves comments. What type of review is this? A. Inspection. B. Informal review. C. Technical review with moderator and checklists. D. Audit by an external certification body. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Informal review. Informal reviews are lightweight. There is no formal process, no mandatory roles, and no heavy documentation, just feedback on a document. Option A is wrong because inspections are highly formal with defined roles and metrics. Option C is wrong because a technical review with moderator and checklists is a structured review type, not informal. Option D is wrong because an audit by an external body is a different kind of assessment. Exam tip: lightweight peer comments without formal process equals informal review. Now, let's move on. Question 18. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. An input field accepts integers from 1 to 100. For equivalence partitioning, how many valid and invalid classes are at minimum sensible? A. 1 valid and 1 invalid class. B. 1 valid and at least 2 invalid classes, below and above. C. 100 valid classes, 1 per value. D. No classes. Only boundary value analysis is allowed. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Typically, you define 1 valid class from 1 to 100, 1 invalid class below 1, and 1 invalid class above 100. Equivalence partitioning reduces cases by choosing representatives from each class. Option A is wrong because a single invalid class is usually too coarse. Values below and above the range behave differently for design purposes. Option C is wrong because creating 1 class per value defeats the purpose of partitioning. Option D is wrong because equivalence partitioning and boundary value analysis are complementary. EP is allowed and useful. Exam tip: for a closed numeric range, expect 1 valid and 2 invalid partitions. Ready for the next one? Question 19. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. For the same field, 1 to 100, which values does boundary value analysis, 2-value BVA, test at the lower and upper boundaries? A. 0, 1, 50, 100, 101. B. 1 and 100 only. C. 50 and 51. D. Negative values only. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is A. At the lower boundary, you test 0 and 1. At the upper boundary, you test 100 and 101. Option A also includes 50 as a representative mid-range value, which appears in this exam answer set. Option B is wrong because two-value BVA also tests the adjacent invalid values, not only the valid boundaries. Option C is wrong because 50 and 51 are not the critical lower and upper boundaries of this range. Option D is wrong because boundary testing is not limited to negative values. Exam tip: two-value BVA tests on the boundary and just outside it. Great job! Let's continue with question 20. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. A discount applies when the customer is gold and order value is greater than or equal to 50 euros. Which technique most systematically structures combinations of conditions and actions? A. State transition testing. B. Decision table. C. Exploratory testing without a charter. D. Statement coverage alone. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Decision table. Decision tables model conditions and resulting actions. They are ideal for business rules with combinations such as customer type and order value. Option A is wrong because state transition testing focuses on states and events, not primarily on condition-action matrices. Option C is wrong because exploratory testing without a charter is not a systematic technique for structuring rule combinations. Option D is wrong because statement coverage is a white box coverage measure, not a design technique for business rules. Exam tip: conditions plus actions equals decision table. Now let's move on. Question 21. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. An ATM transitions between card inserted, PIN OK, amount selected, and dispensing. Which technique fits best? A. Boundary value analysis for PIN length only. B. State transition testing. C. Use case testing without actors. D. Error guessing without documentation. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. State transition testing. State transition tests model states, events, and allowed transitions. An ATM workflow is a classic dialogue-oriented system for this technique. Option A is wrong because focusing only on PIN length boundaries ignores the overall state machine. Option C is wrong because use case testing without actors is incomplete, and the scenario is clearly about state changes. Option D is wrong because error guessing is informal and experience-based. It is not the best systematic fit here. Exam tip: words like states, transitions, and events point to state transition testing. Ready for the next one? Question 22. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. Which is a typical element of use case testing? A. Only technical code coverage metrics. B. Actors, main, and alternative flows from the user perspective. C. Load profiles and throughput exclusively. D. Compiler warnings without a scenario. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Use case tests derive scenarios from user goals. Actors, preconditions, the main scenario, and alternative flows. Option A is wrong because code coverage metrics are white box measures, not the core of use case testing. Option C is wrong because load profiles belong to performance testing. Option D is wrong because compiler warnings without a user scenario are not use case testing. Exam tip. Use cases are told from the actor's perspective. Main path plus alternatives. Great job. Let's continue with question 23. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. A tester selects test data based on experience with typical developer errors. For example, division by 0. Which technique is this? A. Equivalence partitioning. B. Error guessing. C. Branch coverage. D. Decision table. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Error guessing. Error guessing is experience-based. The tester anticipates common faults and designs tests to expose them. It complements more systematic techniques. Option A is wrong because equivalence partitioning uses formal class partitioning, not experience of typical bugs alone. Option C is wrong because branch coverage is a white box coverage criterion. Option D is wrong because decision tables structure conditions and actions systematically. Exam tip. Experience with typical faults equals error guessing. Now, let's move on. Question 24. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. Which coverage measure checks whether every executable statement has been executed at least once? A. Branch coverage. B. Statement coverage. C. MC/D. C. D. Requirements coverage alone. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Statement coverage. Statement coverage requires that every executable statement runs at least once. Option A is wrong because branch coverage focuses on decision outcomes and is stronger than statement coverage. Option C is wrong because modified condition/decision coverage is a stricter criterion for complex conditions. Option D is wrong because requirements coverage tracks requirements, not individual code statements. Exam tip. Every statement executed at least once equals statement coverage. Ready for the next one? Question 25. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. 100% branch coverage was achieved. What correctly follows from this? A. The system is guaranteed defect-free. B. Every condition was tested in all combinations with independent effect, that is, MC/DC. C. Statement coverage is at least also satisfied. D. No further testing is ever needed. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is C. Achieving 100% branch coverage implies 100% statement coverage. That logical relationship is what the exam expects. Option A is wrong because coverage never guarantees defect-free software. Option B is wrong because branch coverage does not imply MC/DC. Option D is wrong because high coverage does not mean testing is finished forever. Exam tip. Coverage is a metric, not proof of quality. Branch coverage includes statement coverage. Great job. Let's continue with question 26. Question 26. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. In exploratory testing, the tester plans during execution, documents observations, and adapts tests. What is included? A. Fully scripted tests with no deviation before the session. B. Session-based testing with charter, timebox, and notes. C. Exclusively automated regression without human involvement. D. Static code analysis only. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Exploratory testing combines learning, design, and execution. Session-based testing structures it with a charter, a timebox, and documented notes for review. Option A is wrong because fully scripted tests with no deviation are the opposite of exploratory style. Option C is wrong because exploratory testing is human-driven, not exclusively automated regression. Option D is wrong because static analysis alone is not exploratory testing. Exam tip. Charter, timebox, and notes are the session-based testing signature. Now, let's move on. Question 27. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. A web form has 3 independent checkboxes with 2 states each. Pairwise testing aims to A. Always test all 2 to the power of 3 combinations completely. B. Combine each pair of parameter values at least once and thereby reduce test cases. C. Check only one happy path. D. Test boundary values exclusively. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Pairwise, or all pairs, testing reduces combinatorics. Each pair of parameter values appears together at least once. You do not need every full combination. Option A is wrong because testing all 8 combinations is full combinatorial testing, not the pairwise goal. Option C is wrong because pairwise is systematic coverage of pairs, not a single happy path. Option D is wrong because boundary value analysis is a different technique. Exam tip. Pairwise reduces combinations by covering pairs, not the full Cartesian product. Ready for the next one? Question 28. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. The test plan should document objectives, approach, resources, and schedule. Which document is primarily intended for this? A. Test completion report. B. Test plan. C. Defect report. D. Development release notes. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Test plan. The test plan describes scope, approach, roles, resources, schedule, and risk. That is exactly what the question asks for. Option A is wrong because a completion report summarizes results after testing. Option C is wrong because a defect report describes a single issue. Option D is wrong because release notes are a development communication artifact, not the test plan. Exam tip. Objectives, approach, resources, schedule. That is the test plan. Great job. Let's continue with question 29. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. A product with high security risk should be tested first in critical areas. Which approach applies? A. Risk-based testing approach. B. Random test case selection without prioritization. C. Exclusively reactive testing after release. D. Waiving exit criteria. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is A. Risk-based testing approach. Risk-based testing prioritizes effort by likelihood and impact. Critical areas are tested earlier and more intensively. Option B is wrong because random selection without prioritization ignores risk. Option C is wrong because waiting until after release is not risk-based planning. Option D is wrong because waiving exit criteria weakens control. It is not a risk-based approach. Exam tip. High risk first equals risk-based testing. Now, let's move on. Question 30. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. Which is a sensible exit criterion for a test level? A. 0 defects were found. The system is defect-free. B. Defined coverage and severity targets were met or documented deviations were agreed. C. All developers have taken vacation. D. The test environment is slower than production. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Exit criteria should be measurable and agreed. Coverage targets, open defects by severity, residual risk. documented deviations can be accepted consciously. Option A is wrong because finding 0 defects neither proves the system is defect-free nor is a realistic sole exit criterion. Option C is wrong because developer vacation is irrelevant to exit criteria. Option D is wrong because a slower environment is a risk or limitation, not a sensible exit criterion. Exam tip: no defects found is a common trap. Exit criteria must be measurable and agreed. Ready for the next one? Question 31. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. The test manager compares actual progress with the plan and derives adjustments, for example, more testers or scope reduction. Which activity is this? A. Test monitoring and control. B. Test implementation. C. Test completion. D. Static code review. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is A. Test monitoring and control. Monitoring collects metrics and status. Control responds with corrective actions such as adding resources or reducing scope. Option B is wrong because implementation is about preparing and organizing tests for execution. Option C is wrong because completion focuses on wrapping up and reporting after a phase. Option D is wrong because a static code review is a testing or quality technique, not managerial monitoring and control. Exam tip: compare plan versus actual, then adjust, that is, monitoring and control. Great job! Let's continue with question 32. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. Which artifact should be uniquely versioned so a test case can be reproducibly assigned to the correct build? A. Only the Office coffee machine. B. Test basis, test object, that is the software build, and testware under configuration management. C. Informal chat messages only. D. Only the test team org chart. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Configuration management ensures the test basis, the software build under test, and the testware are uniquely versioned so results are reproducible. Option A is intentionally absurd and wrong. Option C is wrong because informal chat is not a controlled configuration baseline. Option D is wrong because an org chart does not version the build and testware. Exam tip: reproducible testing needs configuration management of build and testware. Now, let's move on. Question 33. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. A defect report includes title, steps, expected and actual results, and severity. Why is this important? A. So developers can understand and prioritize the defect. B. So the defect is automatically closed without review. C. So testing is replaced by reporting. D. So no regression is needed. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is A. A clear defect report enables reproduction, classification, and prioritization. Developers and stakeholders can act without endless clarification. Option B is wrong because defects should not auto-close without review. Option C is wrong because reporting supports testing. It does not replace it. Option D is wrong because good reporting does not remove the need for regression testing. Exam tip: steps, expected versus actual, and severity make defects actionable. Ready for the next one? Question 34. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. Why is test independence recommended? A. Because testers and developers must have identical perspectives. B. Because different perspectives reduce blind spots and enable more objective evaluation. C. Because developers are not allowed to write unit tests. D. because only external auditors may perform testing. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Independence, organizational or psychological, brings different viewpoints and reduces blind spots. Evaluation becomes more objective. Option A is wrong because identical perspectives defeat the purpose of independence. Option C is wrong because developers writing unit tests is encouraged in many models. Option D is wrong because independence does not mean only external auditors may test. Exam tip: independence means critical distance, not isolation from the team. Great job! Let's continue with question 35. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. Which metric is suitable for controlling test progress during execution? A. Number of executed versus planned test cases and defect density by severity. B. Number of coffee cups in the test room. C. Lines of developer code per day without relation to tests. D. Size of the company logo on the website. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is A. Useful control metrics include test progress against plan, pass and fail rates, and defects by severity or priority. They must relate to test objectives. Options B, C, and D are wrong because they do not measure testing progress or product quality under test in a meaningful way. Exam tip: progress metrics must connect to planned tests and defects, not irrelevant workplace trivia. Now, let's move on. Question 36. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. A tool manages test cases, test runs, and traceability to requirements. Which category does it fall into? A. Test management and test control tool. B. Performance test tool. C. Static analysis tool. D. Unit test framework as the only category. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is A. Test management tools support planning, case management, execution logging, traceability, and reporting. They do not automatically execute every type of test. Option B is wrong because performance tools focus on load and response behavior. Option C is wrong because static analysis examines code without managing test cases and runs. Option D is wrong because a unit test framework is a different category and is not the only possible tool type. Exam tip: cases, runs, and requirements traceability point to a test management tool. Ready for the next one? Question 37. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. Which benefit of test tools is most plausible? A. Tools fully replace test analysis and design. B. Repeatable tests can be executed more efficiently and results logged consistently. C. Tools make test planning obsolete. D. Tools guarantee defect-free software. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Tools improve efficiency, consistency, and repeatability, especially for regression and logging. Human analysis and judgment remain essential. Option A is wrong because analysis and design still need human skill. Option C is wrong because planning is still required. Option D is wrong because no tool guarantees defect-free software. Exam tip: tools support testers. They do not replace thinking. Great job! Let's continue with question 38. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. Which risk is most realistic when introducing test automation? A. Unrealistic expectations that automation will replace all testing tasks. B. Automation is always cheaper with no maintenance effort. C. Manual tests are legally prohibited. D. Tools do not require trained users. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is A. A common risk is inflated expectations, believing automation will replace all testing. In reality, maintenance effort is high and not every test type should be automated. Option B is wrong because automation is not always cheaper and always needs maintenance. Option C is wrong because manual tests are not legally prohibited. Option D is wrong because tools require trained users. Exam tip: unrealistic ROI and automate everything are classic automation risks in the syllabus. Now, let's move on. Question 39. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. SonarQB reports code smells and security vulnerabilities on repository push. Which tool category applies? A. Tool to support dynamic testing. B. Static analysis tool. C. Test data generator for load tests. D. Acceptance test tool only. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is B. Static analysis tool. SonarQB performs static analysis, sometimes called SAST, examining code without executing the application. Option A is wrong because dynamic tools run tests at runtime. Option C is wrong because this scenario is not about generating load test data. Option D is wrong because SonarQB is not an acceptance test tool. Exam tip: code smells and vulnerabilities without running the app equals static analysis. Ready for the next one? This is the last question. Question 40. Read the following question carefully. Pause the video now if you'd like more time. In a CI/CD pipeline, unit tests are automatically started on every commit. What best describes this? A. Test automation as part of tool support and continuous quality assurance. B. Complete replacement of test management and human evaluation. C. Exclusively manual exploratory testing. D. Waiving regression tests. Let's review the answer. The correct answer is A. CI/CD uses automated test execution for fast feedback on every commit. Automation supports continuous quality assurance. It does not remove human judgment. Option B is wrong because automation does not fully replace test management or evaluation. Option C is wrong because automatic unit tests on commit are not manual exploratory testing. Option D is wrong because automated unit tests in the pipeline often support regression. They do not waive it. Exam tip: automated tests in CI/CD equal tool-supported continuous feedback, not the end of human testing. Congratulations on completing this CTFL mock exam. You just worked through 40 foundation-level questions across fundamentals, the life cycle, static testing, test design, management, and tools. Review any questions you answered incorrectly and revisit the corresponding syllabus topics. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing for more software testing tutorials and mock exams. You can also find additional free learning resources on Thinkin' Bits. Good luck with your certification.